right now on Fox 6 News.
After a pedestrian is struck and killed by a car in Oxford, we're asking the question, is Alabama's texting and driving law really working?
Live in HD, this is Fox 6 News at 10.
Texting and driving is distracted driving. It can cause accidents and in some cases death.
It's illegal to do here in Alabama, but it's hard to enforce. Fox 6 News reporter Sharia Harris spoke with a police officer about how in the world, Sharia, they can force us to do what the law says.
Well, Jonathan, I spoke to Detective Michael Mangina with the Irondale Police Department, and he says officers there have only written 4 tickets since May of last year. Detective Mangina believes there are a lot more drivers out there texting and driving. He says it's just hard to catch them.
Sunday night, a pedestrian was struck by a car and killed in Oxford. Police say the accident was caused by a driver who was texting behind the wheel. Alabama's ban on texting and driving went into effect in 2012 to prevent incidents like this. But is the law working?
There's been a lot that our officers have seen but maybe couldn't prove at the time that they were actually texting.
Irondale Police Detective Michael Mangina says he believes the law is working by educating drivers about the dangers, but he says it's been tough for his officers to enforce the law.
Because you've actually got to see the driver with the cell phone in their hand texting.
Mangina believes there are many drivers his officers don't catch, but as for the 4 tickets written in the past 10 months, the culprits have been easy to spot.
They will actually see both hands on the cell phone texting. They're swerving all over the road.
Personal injury attorney Ken Riley says since the texting ban went into effect, he's seen many claims of bad wrecks and injuries where a driver is accused of texting and driving.
We're talking about serious brain injuries. We're talking about paralysis type issues, and we're talking about even death.
Riley says there's one case where a driver tried to lie about texting just before an accident.
In cases where we suspect that there was texting and driving, we will subpoena those documents, okay, which will show whether or not somebody was texting during that time period.
So he says the truth will come out in court. Now, Detective Mangina says it is unfortunate that a pedestrian died in Alabama because a driver was distracted because they were texting behind the wheel, but he hopes a tragedy like this will help to wake people up so that they will change their habits behind the wheel. Live in Birmingham, Sharia Harris, Fox 6 News, on your side.
Sharia, we've all been guilty. Hopefully we all will learn a lesson from this. Thanks. Some good information there. If you get caught texting and driving, you can be fined $25 for the first offense, $50 for the second, $75 for the third, and everything after that. A violation also puts 2 points on your state record. That could affect your insurance rates.